Valentine's Day is just around the corner, so what better way to celebrate than to pop some champagne? Moet Chandon knows how to do it right, and champagne specialist Cameron George is here to show us how. So Valentine's Day, a lot of couples out there, they're going to be celebrating. So how should they properly chill, and how do they open that champagne? You shouldn't shake it, right?
No, absolutely.
No loud pops.
Do not shake the champagne, and I'm really glad that you touched on that. No loud pops. There's actually an old saying when it comes to champagne that the ear's gain is the palate's loss.
Okay.
So meaning anytime you're opening a bottle of champagne, there should be an ever so faint hissing to slight pop when you open that bottle, because if there is that loud blasting pop, you run the risk of actually damaging the integrity of the wine.
Okay. So how do you properly open it?
So to properly open this bottle of champagne, first what we're going to do is we're going to chill it down to about 50 degrees. You can do this either in an ice bucket with a little bit of ice and a little bit of water, or you can leave it in your refrigerator overnight. Personally, I try to avoid leaving bottles of champagne or sparkling wines in the refrigerator for weeks on end. Try to avoid this because the corks will actually dry out and cause the wine to actually oxidize a little bit faster, thus changing the flavor profile.
Did not know that. Wow,
Yeah.
That's pretty interesting. Tell us a little bit about some of the products that Moet Chandon has brought to you here.
Okay, so today we actually have just the Imperial Rosé. You will notice that we have this wonderful, beautiful packaging here. So this packaging is actually in honor of the Love Unconventional campaign that is going on right now as we speak. We have 3 different packagings. This bottle sleeve is actually supposed to represent the different various types of love that you find all across this world. So on Valentine's Day, you can pop these bottles with your significant other, your mother, your father, your best friend, your barista. It's about celebrating all types of love.
And then, are you going to open it? Because we want to see how you properly do it. You don't give it to me, because I would shake it. The urge is there to just shake and pop. It seems like it's more fun that way.
Yeah.
But again, you're going to show us the exact way to do it. Show
Absolutely.
us how.
So, if you do not have a saber on hand, the correct way is to untwist this, the top of the champagne about 6 times. You want to leave the cage on.
Okay.
Leave the cage on. That way you are not risking putting anybody's eye out. Point the bottle and the cork away from anybody.
Especially your loved one and your significant
Give
other.
it a slight twist, just like this, rotating the bottle. Oop,
Okay,
there we go. Little bit of a pop there.
Yep.
Not too much of a pop.
And then a little bit of hissing sound.
A little bit of a hiss there, and you'll see a little bit of bubbling action. And then we're going to pour it into white wine glasses.
Okay, and why is that? Just no champagne flutes today?
No champagne flutes today.
Is it really, like, what's the difference? If you do pour it into a wine glass or champagne flute, are you going to taste the difference in the champagne, the way, like the carbonation? Okay.
Absolutely. So the reason that we're pouring it into white wine glasses is that you want to give the wine a little bit of an opportunity to breathe. These wines have been bottled under immense amount of pressure, so you want it to open up and relax a little bit.
Okay.
Of course. Here's a glass for you.
All right, thank you.
The other thing to note, that when you're drinking champagne, the other reason that you want to drink it out of a white wine glass is that when you bring it to your nose like this, you're able to get all of those aromas, all of the flavor profiles on the palate through your nose. When you're drinking out of a champagne flute, it's such a narrow opening that you really miss a lot of those flavors. Of course.
And what are you smelling? I'm not going to pretend that I'm a specialist, but I smell something good. What are you smelling as you smell this champagne?
So when I smell this champagne, it's fruity. This is the house style, really big, jammy fruit, backed up by some really nice citrus notes as well.
Okay. And then how do you properly toast, Cameron?
So
for those people out there who are kind of getting ready for Valentine's Day and they want to do it right to impress.
Absolutely. So we try to hold the glasses by the stem, never by the bulb.
Okay.
The reason for this is because our ambient temperature as human beings, we're going to warm this glass up faster if we're holding it by the bulb here. So to ensure that your champagne stays nice and cold, longer and more enjoyable, hold it by the stem there.
All right.
Look the person that you're toasting in the eye.
Very good.
Cheers.
Cheers. Okay, so we'll sip on this, and then tell us a little bit about the next drink that you brought over here to the set today.
Absolutely. So we also have a cocktail today for us to enjoy.
All right.
So this cocktail is made in honor of the Love Unconventional campaign. This cocktail is created by a wonderful bartender from New York named Crystal Chassie. Okay. She bartends at Seamstress. Go check her out. She is one incredible bartender. The cocktail itself, it features Belvedere, Polish rye vodka, okay. A little bit of coconut cream, some raspberries, fresh raspberries, and a little bit of simple syrup just to give it a little bit of balance. Of course.
Okay, let's try it.
Absolutely.
All right.
So we're going to take this and we're going to actually top the cocktail off with just a little bit of our rosé as well. Okay,
that sounds good. So tell us, as you do that, Cameron, tell us a little bit about the history of this champagne company and some of the other products that you've brought today.
Absolutely. So this champagne house dates back to about 1743, making it one of the most prestigious and oldest champagne houses. The house style, as I mentioned, is incredibly jammy, also backed up with a little bit of citrus and fresh apricot as well for the rosé. That's what I kind of pick out.
Yeah, sounds perfect. Let's try some of this. You're a bartender. Tell us a little bit about what got you into this business.
Absolutely. So I started out as a bartender maybe 10 years ago, okay. And found that I really loved servicing guests and creating cocktails and creating experiences for people. Sure. And so when I joined in with Moet Hennessy, I found that that was very much so the ethos of the company as well, is creating and elevating and uplifting people's experiences, which is exactly what I aim to do.
All right, cheers to that.
Cheers.
And your favorite drink of all the drinks that are out there?
Favorite.
After all those years of bartending.
After all those years of bartending.
Best cocktail, best drink?
Oh man, that's so tough. I'm gonna have to say I'm gonna go with a French 75 though.
French 75.
Yeah, a little twist on that though. If you're making your French 75, throw a little bit of Hennessy in there. It is incredible.
That sounds awesome. Cameron, thank you so much. And for all of you celebrating Valentine's Day, hopefully you'll be able to enjoy your loved ones and your significant others.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much. This was fun.
Cheers.
Appreciate it. All right. So tell us exactly what's in here again.
So the ingredients, you've got 1 ounce of Belvedere, 5 fresh raspberries. You've also got a little bit of rosé and also coconut cream.
All right, Cameron, thank you so much. You'll find the recipe for Love Unconventional on our website. And that is it for this week's show, but we'll be back with much more Bay Area focus next week.